Good morning. I was sitting here this morning, just me and a cup of coffee in the quiet, and I got to thinking about something that's been on my heart for a while now. I'm not a preacher, just a man who's lived long enough to witness a few hard truths, and what I've seen has left me feeling like some things need to be said. There's a lot of noise in the world right now. You turn on the television, you look at your phone, you talk to people, and everybody seems scared or angry or just plain worn out. And I understand that. I really do. Because the world can be a heavy place. But here's what I want to tell you this morning. There is a peace that is available to every single one of you. Not a peace that the world gives. And the world will try to sell you peace. Believe me. It'll sell you a pill or a vacation or a new car or a new relationship. And maybe those things help for a little while. But I'm talking about something that gets down into the bones. Something that stays. Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives do I give to you." I've thought about that verse more times than I can count. He's not saying life will be easy. He's not promising you a smooth road. What he's saying is that even in the middle of the hard stuff, even when things fall apart, there is a peace that doesn't make sense by human understanding. And I have experienced that. I have been in situations where by all rights I should have been falling to pieces, and there was just this quiet, this steadiness. And I know where that came from. Now, I'm not here to argue with anybody. If you have questions about faith, that's a good thing. Honest questions are a good thing. I've had plenty of them myself. But I'll tell you what I believe, plain and simple, and you can do with it what you want. I believe that God didn't create this world and then walk away from it. I believe He is still here, still moving, still paying attention. I believe that He knows your name. I believe that He knows what you've been through. The things you don't talk about. The things that happened when nobody was looking. The things you carry around in the quiet parts of yourself. He knows all of it. And He loves you anyway. That's not a small thing. That is everything. You know, we're all looking for somebody who knows the worst about us and chooses us anyway. That's what every good marriage is about. That's what real friendship is about. And that is exactly what the gospel is about. God knowing you completely, all the way down to the bottom, and saying, "You're worth it. I'll pay the price myself." And He did. I'm not going to stand up here and pretend I've got everything figured out. I don't. I've made mistakes. I've had seasons where I wasn't walking close to God, and I knew it, and I felt it. There is a difference in how life feels when you're walking with Him and when you're not. And I'll take close every single time. If you're watching this and you've never really thought about faith, or maybe you grew up around it and walked away from it, I'm just asking you to think about it again. Not because somebody told you to, but because there comes a point in a man's life, or a woman's life, where you have to decide what you actually believe about this world and how you got here and where you're going. And that's too important a question to just let it drift. The greatest thing that ever happened to me wasn't a deal I closed, or a place I traveled, or an achievement I can put on a wall. It was the day I understood, really understood, that I was not alone in this. That there was a God who was for me, not against me, and that His Son made a way for me to come home. That's what I wanted to say this morning. Share what you know. Love the people around you. And if you're searching, keep searching. He said, "Seek and you will find." I believe that with everything I've got. God bless you. Have a good day.